Good afternoon. Hope you're all doing well. So, the reason why I'm posting this video is because during the last school board meeting, there was a very troubling incident that I think needs to be pointed out. I looked at the school board documents. You can do it yourself. You go to CCSDNM, you go to school board, you go to board docs, and then you can look at duties and responsibilities of school board. And under there, there's a few things listed. Things like hiring and firing of superintendents, creating policy, um, making sure that the facilities that of the schools are in good condition. You know what's not in there? Anything about advocating for energy policy for a municipality, a county, a state, or a nation. And yet, during the last school board meeting, we had a long presentation advocating for one company's way of trying to keep coal plants and coal mines open in San Juan County. Now, for all the people who are worried about jobs related to the plant and the coal mine, I get it. Everyone who is aware of the employment situations on the Navajo Nation realizes that anytime we lose jobs, it's a huge issue. I can understand that. But after looking at all the duties and responsibilities of the school board, there was no reason to have that presentation, much less have one company's vision of what they would like to do highlighted. It was like an unpaid commercial for a company on the school board's time. You know how I think the school board's time might be better spent? Making sure that the contract negotiations are fulfilled so that we can get teachers hired for next year. Making sure that the facilities are up to code. Worrying about the impact aid, which took up a whole bunch of time but really didn't answer a whole bunch of questions on the last school board. There are so many things that are left undone, and yet the school board thinks it can go off on something that is unrelated to its core mission and responsibilities, the things that it says it must do that are not completed, and yet we have this unpaid commercial taking up this time during the school board meeting. And some, in my opinion, silly things being said. You know, when you say something as silly as, my grandparents didn't have an electric charging station, and I wonder how they're going to make an electric plane work. Ha ha ha. You know what? In 1900, there were 0 gas stations on the Navajo Nation, or anywhere else for that matter. In 1900, people were still swearing up and down that heavier than air planes would never fly, much less have jet planes that fly faster than the speed of sound. Ridiculous. That will never happen. You know why? Because we have people that are acting like the way that they grew up is the way things have always been. Elementary school students are often taught to not walk backwards. In other words, move in one direction while they're facing another. You don't get to where you're going while looking where you've been and not paying attention. Yes, you need to know where you've been, but if you only pay attention to the past, then you're going to miss the future, and it can be unpleasant when you trip over something that you didn't see. What's even more troubling in one respect to me is the fact that you have school board members that are saying, I know that people disagree with me. But you didn't give them any time. You didn't allow anybody else to have the chance to express their reservations about what it might cost the future of all of our children, of the planet, of human existence, to continue to burn fossil fuels because you think the technology's not proven. You know what? At one point, cars weren't proven, planes weren't proven, spacecraft weren't proven. None of it came out into the world fully formed with no way to change. That's not the way the world works. And yet we have people that are actively trying to do these things in forums that are not where they're supposed to be happening. To put it bluntly, do your job when you're supposed to do your job. You have plenty of time to go on and, hey, maybe make a YouTube yourself and show how you can understand technology and apply it, rather than use a platform that you've not allowed anybody to come onto and participate in. You know what? If you are understanding of technology, you can zoom in other people for public comments at school board meetings. Did you know you could do that? And if they were rude or profane or something like that, you could cut them off. Did you know that? Technology allows that. But you know what? My grandfather, he never had Zoom, so I guess we just can't do that. See how silly that sounds? I'm sorry if this sounds upset, but this kind of behavior is just frustrating beyond all recognition. It's like we have people on the school board who I genuinely believe a lot of the times are thinking, how are the best ways they can help the kids? But then they don't take a minute of time to self-reflect, to understand what they're doing that is not productive. Get the contracts arranged, the contract negotiations worked out. That's something the schools need right now. Find out a way to deal with teachers leaving the school district because they feel like they're being bullied at a couple of specific schools. And I'm going to be making a video pretty soon highlighting that particular issue, because apparently this school board cannot do it without being prodded from outside. And for anyone who's watching this video, please stay involved. Write, talk, be active in your community so that you can make positive change. Because if you don't, then you're going to be subjected to more paid programs on your dime that aren't supposed to be happening in the way that they're happening. Once again, please, everybody stay safe. I hope you're all doing well. And hold this school board responsible for what they're supposed to be doing and when they're supposed to be doing it. If anyone wants to advocate for a change in energy policy, you have all kinds of opportunities, but not when you're supposed to be doing something else and you are tasked by the people who elected you to do it. Do better, please. Have a good day.